The sleek obsidian vessel emerged from hyperspace with barely a whisper, its crystalline hull reflecting the pale blue dot that hung in the void ahead. Commander Zethkara's four eyes focused on the tactical display, her chitinous fingers dancing across holographic controls with practiced precision. "Confirm planetary designation," she ordered, her voice carrying the authority of 5 centuries in deep space exploration. "Confirmed, Commander. Sol 3. Planet designation Earth. Last survey conducted 500,000 standard cycles ago." The navigation officer's response carried an undertone of excitement. Few worlds warranted such extended observation intervals. Zethkara's mandibles clicked thoughtfully. Earth had been classified as a developing world during their last visit. Primitive bipedal creatures had just begun fashioning crude stone implements. The hegemony's xenobiological protocols demanded periodic monitoring of such species, though few ever amounted to anything significant. Initiate passive scans, full spectrum analysis. The bridge fell silent as sensors reached across the void, probing Earth's electromagnetic signature. Within moments, the tactical display erupted in cascading data streams. Officer Pexilor, normally composed, recoiled from his station as if struck. "Commander, this cannot be accurate. The entire planet is radiating artificial energy signatures. Massive infrastructure networks span every continent. Orbital debris fields suggest extensive space activity." Zethkara's primary eyes narrowed while her secondary pair focused on the display. The readings were impossible. In 500,000 years, no species had ever developed from stone tools to spacefaring civilization. It violated every known principle of evolutionary progression. Magnify planetary surface. The view screen shimmered, revealing a world transformed beyond recognition. Where once sprawling forests had covered vast landmasses, geometric patterns of light now pulsed in intricate networks. Massive structures pierced the atmosphere, connected by streams of moving lights that flowed like luminous arteries across the planet's surface. "By the eternal void," whispered Communications Officer Yeksinina. "Commander, I'm detecting thousands of artificial satellites. No, tens of thousands. They're organized in precise orbital shells." Zethkara felt her exoskeleton prickle with unease. The hegemony had encountered many spacefaring species across the galaxy, but none had achieved such rapid development. Even the hegemony itself had required 3 million years to advance from primitive tools to interstellar travel. Analysis of the dominant species? Biologist Krentax's tentacles quivered as he processed incoming data. "The bipedal mammals we cataloged previously, Homo sapiens. But Commander, the population density readings are extraordinary. Conservative estimates suggest over 8 billion individuals." The bridge fell silent. 8 billion was larger than the total population of most hegemony core worlds. "Impossible," Zethkara muttered. "Population growth of that magnitude would require complete mastery of their planetary resources. Show me their energy generation capabilities." The display shifted, highlighting thousands of points across Earth's surface. Nuclear fusion reactors, solar collection arrays spanning entire deserts, orbital power stations beaming energy planet-wide through microwave transmission, but it was the quantum signatures that made Zethkara's blood run cold. "Commander," Krentax's voice carried a tremor, "they've harnessed zero-point energy. Multiple installations are drawing power directly from quantum vacuum fluctuations." Zethkara's claws unconsciously extended. Zero-point energy manipulation was theoretical even for the hegemony's most advanced scientists. Yet these primitive mammals had not only theorized it, they'd weaponized it. Defensive capabilities assessment. Now. The tactical officer's response came in stammered fragments. "Planetary defense networks exceed classification parameters. Electromagnetic pulse cannons capable of disabling our shields. Kinetic bombardment platforms in high orbit. Commander, they have antimatter production facilities." "And their space presence?" "Mining operations throughout their solar system. Permanent installations on their moon and several planets. Deep space monitoring stations at the system's edge that..." The officer paused, his voice dropping to a whisper. That detected our arrival 3 hours ago. Zethkara felt ice crystallize in her veins. 3 hours. They'd been watching, analyzing, preparing. The hunting party had become the hunted. Incoming transmission, Commander. Yexanina's voice cracked with barely controlled terror. It's in perfect hegemony standard. The main screen flickered, revealing a human face, weathered, intelligent, and absolutely fearless. Behind him, Zethkara glimpsed technology that defied comprehension. Holographic displays showing real-time galactic maps, quantum computers processing calculations at impossible speeds. Greetings, Commander Zethkara of the Hegemony Exploration Corp, the human said, his voice carrying calm authority. I am Admiral Sarah Chen, representing the United Earth Defense Council. We've been expecting you. Zethkara's mandibles locked in shock. They knew her name. They knew the hegemony. 500,000 years ago, your people visited our world and deemed us insignificant. We've spent that time preparing, growing, learning. Chen's smile carried no warmth. We intercepted your communications network centuries ago. We've been listening to everything. The bridge erupted in chaos as tactical displays revealed the truth. Earth hadn't just developed. It had surpassed every known civilization. Their quantum computers had cracked hegemony encryption. Their deep space sensors monitored hegemony fleet movements across half the galaxy. Humanity hadn't just caught up to galactic civilization. They'd been watching it from the shadows, learning its weaknesses. We know about your expansion policies, Commander. We know how you deal with primitive species that show potential. Chen's expression hardened. We also know you've been observing 17 other developing worlds in this sector. Zethkara realized with growing horror that humanity's rapid advancement wasn't random evolution. It was directed preparation. They'd observed hegemony technology, reverse-engineered it, improved upon it. While the galaxy's great powers played political games, humanity had quietly become something unprecedented, a species that evolved not just intelligence, but wisdom. Here's what's going to happen, Chen continued. You're going to return to your hegemony and deliver a message. Earth claims protection over every developing world in this sector. Any interference will be met with immediate response. The transmission ended, leaving the bridge in stunned silence. Outside, space itself seemed to ripple as cloaked human vessels revealed themselves, hundreds of them surrounding the hegemony ship like predators circling prey. Zethkara understood now why her species' return to Earth was terrifying. They hadn't discovered a developing civilization. They'd awakened, a sleeping giant that had spent 500,000 years learning to be angry. Navigation, she whispered, her voice barely audible. Set course for home. Maximum speed. As their ship fled toward the edge of the system, Zethkara couldn't shake the feeling that humanity's true message wasn't about protection. It was a declaration that the galaxy's pecking order had just fundamentally changed. The hunters had returned home to find they'd become the hunted.